The final section we will cover is consultation and interpretation available from the National Weather Service in Corpus Christi in support of an incident. We like to refer to this as meteorological expertise. Now, we feel that the most value that comes from weather support during an incident comes from the National Weather Service forecaster expertise. Our forecasters are available 24 hours a day from our office in Corpus Christi via the phone and internet. And in certain large-scale incidents, our forecasters may be able to be deployed on-site at the incident or at an EOC. National Weather Service forecasters have always been there to provide weather support over the phone, and will always be there simply by picking up the phone. But the National Weather Service in Corpus Christi now has a new added capability of providing graphical support from our office in addition to phone support. This is done through GoToMeeting over the internet. As mentioned, for larger scale events, the National Weather Service in Corpus Christi may be able to deploy a forecaster to the event or at an EOC, in addition to deploying our portable weather observing station. Something that is very important during an incident is how constant weather conditions will be during the incident, or whether changing weather conditions may cause a plume of hazardous materials to shift. Our forecasters have added expertise to be able to determine changing weather conditions down to the minute. Forecasters are also able to determine mesoscale and microscale conditions that may affect an incident. These are smaller scale weather conditions that are many times missed by computer models. In later slides, I will be discussing our easy-to-understand text and graphical products that can be used during an incident. Finally, I would like to point out that all forecasters at the National Weather Service in Corpus Christi will have Incident Command System training. And once again, our forecasters are available 24 hours a day. As mentioned, there are easy-to-understand text and graphical products that we can provide. The text product that we provide is called the Spot Forecast. The Spot Forecast is a forecast of many different weather elements out through the day in either 1 hourly, 2 hourly, or 3 hourly increments. In this example, this was a spot forecast that was done for a prescribed burn. You can see weather elements such as cloud cover, weather type, temperature, relative humidity, winds, probability of precipitation, and lightning activity level forecasted out every 2 hours. Requesting a spot forecast is very simple. Simply go to our webpage at www.weather.gov/Corpus Christi. Click on the Fire Weather section. Once you are in the Fire Weather section, click on Agencies Request a Spot Forecast. This will take you to the Spot Forecast page for Corpus Christi, and it is suggested that you bookmark this page for easier access. To actually request the spot, click on Submit a New Spot Request. This will take you to the Forecast Request form. Now, everything in red on this form is something that you will need to fill out. The first one is the project name, or in this case, the incident name. Click on either Hazmat or Wildfire. Under Requesting Agency, in addition to your name and agency, please submit a phone number that you can be reached at. Under the reason for the spot forecast request, click on either Wildfire or under Non-Wildfire that it is essential to public safety. Under Location, please provide a latitude and longitude. If the elevation of the release is known, please provide that as well. If not known, put unknown. The aspect box is typically used for fire weather in areas where there are changes in topography. For most cases in South Texas, you can put not applicable in this box. Now, if there are any observations that are available on site, we'd like for you to submit those as well. They can help us to initialize our forecast. Finally, be sure and click on the desired weather elements you want us to forecast. Our default for the time increment between forecasts is every 2 hours. If you would like a forecast for every hour or every 3 hours, please note that in the remarks box. Once you are done, click on Submit Request. It usually takes 15 to 30 minutes to complete the forecast. To view the forecast, simply go back to the original Spot Forecast page that you bookmarked earlier, and your forecast will show up as completed. Here are some examples of recent incidents where our forecasters provided phone briefings from the National Weather Service in Corpus Christi. On the left, we recently provided weather support for a hazmat tanker rollover which shut down US 77. And on the right is a newspaper article on the weather support the National Weather Service provided, which aided in safety decisions for those near a plant in Calhoun County which experienced a release. Let's take a look at another incident that occurred back in 2005, the Padre Island National Seashore wildfire. Here is some background information on this fire. This wildfire was sparked from lightning on the morning of November 15th, and the fire burned over 10,000 acres. What complicated suppression efforts that day were strong southerly winds and dry fuels, which resulted in extreme fire behavior. Now, what further complicated suppression efforts that evening was a strong cold front, which had strong northerly wind gusts of 50 miles per hour behind it, and lightning, but beneficial rainfall. Now, the wind gusts, lightning, and even the precipitation were not captured well by computer models. Forecasters at the National Weather Service in Corpus Christi recognized this and were able to provide detailed spot forecasts and phone briefings to officials at the Padre Island National Seashore. After this event, Padre Island National Seashore officials stated that it was the forecaster expertise of the National Weather Service that was critical to their suppression tactics and the safety of their personnel. Now, we can also provide weather support for drills, and we encourage all agencies to utilize the National Weather Service in support during their drills. Here are two examples of recent drills we participated in on site. On the left is the Sitco Worst Case Discharge Drill, and on the right is the Victoria Fire Department Hazmat exercise. Here is a drill that we participated in from our office. During the Kingsville Bishop Hazmat Drill in 2007, the National Weather Service provided spot forecast and high split runs. These were sent via email to officials at the drill. Now, in addition to the text spot forecast and personalized consultation our forecasters can provide, both on-site and from our office, we can also provide graphical products. In the center, you see a graphical forecast of major weather threats to expect during the day. And on the right, of course, is a GIS look at our high split run. When not on site, these graphical forecasts can be sent either by email or in certain cases through GoToMeeting. Now, on site, we have several support tools that we can use. We like to refer to these collectively as our Weather Forecast Office to Go. FXNet is a piece of software that allows us to view the same computer model, satellite, and radar data that we can view back at the office. GR Level 2 Analyst allows us to quickly display and interrogate radar data on site. We also have a portable 26-inch LCD screen that we take with us to brief officials with, and a portable printer for hard copies of our forecast as well. And finally, our portable MK3 remote observing system can be set up on site for many real-time weather conditions such as wind, relative humidity, and precipitation. So how can you get weather support during an incident? The first thing to do is call the National Weather Service at 888-579-9731. Next, provide the forecaster with as much information you know at the time about the incident. Things like a precise location, the start time, the nature of the release, and the chemicals involved are all important. Also, please note to the forecaster any weather sensitivities that you would like them to pay extra attention to. Now, for most events, which are smaller in scale and shorter in time, we will provide to you all of the observational data, warning dissemination capabilities, and forecaster expertise discussed throughout this section. But for select events that are larger in area and longer in time, as mentioned, the National Weather Service in Corpus Christi will run high split and may be able to deploy a forecaster on site for personal weather support. Finally, I would like to briefly mention partnerships that are being developed between the National Weather Service and county emergency management agencies. Here are two examples of some unique partnerships. A partnership has been developed with San Patricio County to use their trailer during an incident, both for communication and as a briefing area. And in Victoria County, the National Weather Service now has a seat in the Emergency Operations Center to be used during large events such as hurricanes and major floods. The National Weather Service in Corpus Christi looks forward to building additional partnerships like these to better enhance our personalized forecaster expertise. Thank you for your attention during this training on the support the National Weather Service can provide during an all-hazard incident. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to send them to me via email at the email address on the screen. Again, I am Jason Runyen, the Fire Weather and Incident Support Program Leader here at the National Weather Service in Corpus Christi.